Zdravo, zdravo, kako se koš, tako je opet, kada kone v makedonsko televizijsko show Hard and Heavy, se nahajame na severu od Balkana, se nahajame od nekogašnjata Republika Jugoslavija, Slovenija, na Alpite, na mesto to zlostorstvo to. Se nahajame na Metal Days i pokraj mene se mojite novi sogovornici stanuva za jedan kulten band, pioniri na speed metal koji ne dođa od Germanija. Od Germanija stanuva zbor za band od Rage. First, welcome to Macedonian TV show Hard and Heavy.
Yes, it's a pleasure for us. Thank you very much for having us.
Yeah. My pleasure. This is trio from the hell who has good music, speed metal with power elements. You, for me, the pioneers of the speed metal.
Yeah, yes.
But you started before it's 1983. But you have another band with another name.
At the beginning, the name of the band was Avenger, but we changed it quickly after a year. So it was the same band. Basically, the start was 83, like you said.
Yeah. But you changed the name is the 1986.
No, before already.
Before?
85, it was 85, already changed.
Yeah. But not be only the Rage. You have another name together with an H, the two words.
We wanted to call us Furious Rage.
Yeah.
But the record company back then was Noise Records, and the guy that was running the label, Karl Walterbach, he's always very creative, and he was changing always the names from the bands he signed, you know. He did the same with Halloween, or with Running Wild, or with Creator. All these bands had different names before they signed to the label, and he was just changing the names like from his own gusto, you know. And so we recorded the album, and it came out. I went to the shop, to the record shop, and to see our new album in the shop, and I was like, where the fuck is Furious Rage? I looked under F, you know. Yeah. And then the guy from the shop said, no, this is only called Rage, you know. You have to look under R, you know. I was like sitting on my ass. What the fuck, you know? Why is this missing now, you know? Yeah. And we called the label, what the fuck? Yeah, I just decided Rage is cooler, you know. Okay, thank you, asshole, not even informing us, you know. That's how it was back then in the 80s, you know. There was no respect for the musicians and the labels, you know. Yeah. This is completely different than today. I guess the kids today cannot imagine how this was back then, you know, 35 years ago. Was really completely different in the music business, you know. Not like nowadays, the label have a lot of respect for the bands, you know. Yeah. And mostly 100% all the bands can actually do what they want, you know, and so no one is like interfering or so, you know. But back then it was not that like this, you know, unfortunately. And also they were picking out songs from the album, taking them out and putting other songs in and stuff without even asking you, you know. Or they just were changing the covers, you know, without even, you were not really important enough for them to be asked, you know. Just these idiots that make the music, you know.
Now you have the signature with big label to many areas you're cooperating with Nuclear Blast.
Yes.
Good corporation.
Yes, like I said, this is a complete different world. Yeah. Nuclear Blast is a label that came a lot later, you know. Yeah. And this was a label that was built by fans, by metal fans. And they from the beginning they started to treat all their bands that they signed with a lot of respect and let the bands actually do what they felt like, you know, let them present themselves like they wanted. And this is a culture that was growing into the whole business since then, you know, completely different to these labels that were existing at the beginning of the 80s or so. And of course, we as artists, we prefer this, of course, you know.
Who write the lyrics and where take it inspiration? The more lyrics you write, yeah?
I write all the lyrics, yes. Yeah. And the inspiration comes from all over the universe. Yeah. This is real life stuff. This is stuff I read in books or so, and stories that happen to friends of mine, for example, or so, or even philosophical things, you know. My range is really wide, you know. Yeah. But mostly my topics are getting in a more dark direction, so, you know. I'm not really doing this happy metal things, you know. It's more a bit dark, you know. But never in a negative way, you know. It's always like building up in a way, you know.
Where take the influence from the music? Where you look at your roots for the music? Old stuff, blues, rock and roll. Would you listen when you're younger?
Oh, yes, of course. I mean, I'm coming from the 60s, you know.
Yeah.
And when I was small, the very first touch with rock music was the Beatles, the Stones, and all this kind of stuff, you know. And then Deep Purple, Led Zeppelin, all this kind of stuff. But of course, my cosmos in music is way bigger, you know. But to talk a bit about the Rage musical roots, we should also involve Marcus, because you study all this, you know.
Yeah.
You know exactly what are the roots from the Rage cosmos, you know.
The roots of the Rage music.
Yeah.
Well, it's too various. I mean, I can feel it because I've been like a Rage student for many years before be part of a band. How strange.
You can explain really good about the signature that, like you call it.
The signature of Rage is pretty easy to identify if you look back to the beginning of this band history. Back in the day, the German power metal wave started to be really big, and all of them, all of those bands in that moment, Gravedigger, Halloween, Creator, they all have their own thing, right? But Rage somehow was a little bit more darker than just the typical heavy metal fast stuff. It was more darker, more obscure, and that's why I loved them that much back then. Yeah, this is pretty cool. And you can see influences from really melodic stuff to really thrashy and dark stuff. Like, I don't know, it's like, just imagine that you get the Police, the Beatles, and Venom together.
Yeah.
It's something like that, and you have Rage, something like that.
Yeah, amazing. Rock and roll, baby. And tell me, your first time in Metal Days here?
Yeah, for us, for Marcus and myself, it's the first time at this festival. PB has been here already before. Not the first time in this country, though.
Yeah.
Been here. It's a beautiful place. It's a nice festival, and I hope it's not the last time we're going to be here.
This summer you'll be only the festivals performing.
We just finished a world tour that was running 3.5 months. We played 49 shows in 26 countries. And so after 2 years of constant touring, 2 new albums, one after the other, we decided to just, put the handbrake, just play a few festivals here and there, come back to the writing mode, put our strategy in place, and next year we're going to be out with both a good festival season and also with the next album.
You have first album, it's 1986, I think so, in the big Region Fear, the big excellent album, and after EP Impossible Horizon, for me it's amazing. I like it very much. I have a vinyl EP, I was younger, 16, and it's amazing. Do you playing old stuff in the stage today?
Today we have, I think, at least two of these old songs from this 80s, early 90s era. And also I can announce that all these old albums are coming again on vinyl out now in the next time, Yeah. We're just re-releasing everything with lots of bonus material. And of course, this is a part of our history, and we still feature it. This is always we'll never forget about this kind of stuff.
When you come in the band, Viktor Smolsky, who is father, the Dimitar Smolsky from Ukrainian Philharmonic Symphony, dirigent, the good guitarist who is changing the stuff and Rage, the melodic, harmonic, the classical elements, the good guitarist. But we have 2 DVD with him, one in Leningrad and St. Petersburg, in the moon, Red Moon, and another
moon in St. Petersburg.
Yeah, with the Philharmonic, it's amazing show.
But this was not coming from Smolsky. Rage already worked with orchestra in the late 90s, long before he joined the band. We did already two or three albums actually with orchestration fully. We played a tour in a couple of festivals already in 98. This was the main year where we did this. So this element of classical music in combination with metal rock was already invented basically by this band. We were pretty much the first metal band who was doing this, and we started with this in '96. I think it was the first thing. Lingua Mortis was his first album that came up, and then and we're going to come back with this in the next year. In the festival season, the plan is to replay this album 13 that was out in '98. It was a biggest success from this era, and we want to bring it back on stage by next year with a complete full album, make a special show around this, So we are still having this. We are kind of celebrating all the different eras of the band,
Victor Smolsky is going in the band in 2015. You cooperated with Victor Smolsky now? You're a friend? Or?
No, I fired him in 2015. It was not good for me to work with him anymore for several reasons. I don't want to recapitulate this right here. Nowadays we don't have a problem with each other, so he's having his own band, and I'm really happy with Rage and with my good old friends here joining me since 2015. This is a way different lineup than all these lineups before. I would say, as we are friends since so many years. Ducky and me, for example, we have friends since 1988, and also with Marcus, I'm friends since nearly 15 years now. So long before we ever played together, So this is for me way more convenient to work in this kind of constellation. Maybe you want to add something?
You have many era in Rage, for the 18, for the 19, for the new millennium, and where you come together, your old friends, you know everything, what do you like it, what do you know?
This is now the last line.
Tell me, for the new album, it's coming maybe because you have the new stuff, new material.
First of all, I have to say that with Marcus and me coming into this band, what we did together with PV, we went back to the roots of this band and tried to identify what is the basic DNA of this music. We went away from the very progressive and very, solo-ish stuff, coming back to the pure power metal thing that we love with this band, and try to support all those brand values of this band. And so it is for us a common understanding how this band sounds, how it has to sound, and it should sound in the future. About the music, Marcus and PV, they started to write again, and we are on this process. Next year there will be something coming, something really cool. Marcus, do you want to say anything about that so far?
The new material is coming, yeah? You're writing?
Yes.
And
Yes, started writing.
Yeah, and tell me, you're first time here in Metal Days, yeah?
It's the first time I'm here at Metal Days.
But before you be in the tour and this summer going to the festival, what do you think for this festival? Because I think so that this is only festival metal in the world with the Wonga 1 week, and only in the natural. It's amazing. Another festival is different and 3 day or 2 day.
Well, for me, it was a really hype about this entire festival because I've heard about it so much for so many years, and it's a pleasure for me being with my brothers here playing, and I'm looking forward for the show. And it's really cool that it's from Saturday to a Saturday. It's just 1 week festival. How in summer season? I mean, come on, it's perfect.
Yeah,
super cool. I'm happy to be here.
And for the end, what would you like to say for the Macedonian metal fans and people who are watching this interview? And
yes, of course. Thanks to everybody that follows and features the band, supports the band since so many years. We live from you guys, and we are all happy we can play for you guys. Hope to see everybody within the next years, and just watch out for our new stuff that's coming out next year. Then I can already promise that the stuff is going to be heavy, like you can expect it from the band. You know, it's going to be really good. We're really concentrating, taking a long time to write the material to get the best results for you guys. So stay tuned.
Thank you.